evening. Welcome to the Heysel Stadium in Brussels. It's a clear, warm night, and the supporters of both these famous clubs have already begun to make this quite an occasion. You're watching there the flags of the Spanish fans from Valencia, whose colours are normally red and yellow, but who tonight Valencia will be wearing all white. The teams are about to make their entrance, and Arsenal have lifted themselves, we feel, from being in the team camp, Bob Wilson and myself, pretty well since Saturday. Several of the players heartened by the news of that England performance last night and by the arrival of the players' wives late this afternoon, because the Arsenal contingent here is something in the region of 12 to 15,000. That's how many supporters they've got across to rival these Spanish fans and make this one of the hopefully memorable European nights. But a word quickly from Bob Wilson about the mood in the Arsenal camp.
Well, the mood is really a very optimistic mood. They're not sitting back and talking about tiredness, which has already been mentioned in the studio. It is Arsenal's 68th game of the season, which is an enormous lot, but that's all in the mind. Football isn't really a game of yesterday's or tomorrow's. It's all about today, about what they do tonight. And Don Howe and Terry Neal haven't allowed them any time to be morbid about what happened on Saturday, and the reaction is very positive at the moment.
News also that Uli Hoeneß, the general manager of Bayern Munich, will be in the stadium tonight to watch Liam Brady, whose name appears on an Arsenal team sheet, perhaps for one of the last times before his expected departure to the continent. The Arsenal team is the one that finished the cup final, with Sammy Nelson at number 3 and David O'Leary having passed a fitness test on that calf injury. Indeed, away to my right, the Arsenal team making their entrance, and Valencia coming from the left. The teams here come from opposite ends of the stadium, and number 9 in the picture, the famous Mario Kempes, the man who lit up Argentina in the World Cup finals 2 years ago. Pat Rice leading out the Arsenal side. Just to give you an idea of the rules tonight, in case this match should end in a draw, let me say right away, it has to be settled tonight. There will be extra time first off, and if it's still level, then the final of the European Cup Winners' Cup will be settled on penalty kicks. A beautiful evening, as I said, and a tremendous atmosphere inside this Heysel Stadium, where West Ham played in the Cup Winners' Cup final. I'm sure Trevor Brooking needs no reminding of that, 4 years ago when they lost to Anderlecht. The Valencia side then, the well-known names, number 8 Bonoff and number 9 Kempes. Number 7 Saura played for Spain against England in Barcelona in March. The right-back Carrete is a player who's really impressed Don Howe on the occasion he saw Valencia play. And the other man to watch for up front with Kempes will be wearing number 11. That's Pablo, the little fellow with the moustache and the afro haircut there. And in the picture now, Rainer Bonoff. And away we go for the final of the European Cup Winners' Cup 1980. And here's Liam Brady on the ball for Arsenal. And the first foul is by Kempes. Arsenal have pushed Willie Young forward. Sunderland. Here's Sammy Nelson. Graham Ricks, nice ball. Sunderland. Bonoff for Valencia, fouled there as he ran, but the referee waved play on. Pat Rice wearing the captain's armband. Challenged there by Pablo. Finds David O'Leary. Arsenal may have taken a calculated gamble on O'Leary's fitness. Young. Stapleton makes the run, away by Arias, the big number 4. Kempes and Pablo will be the two players pushed furthest forward by the Spaniards, wearing 9 and 11 respectively. The others come from midfield, rather like the Arsenal formation. Here's Nelson. Stapleton pulling wide. Measured start by Arsenal. Talbot to Nelson. Here comes Young. Sunderland. Away by Arias. Kempis is chasing. Needs no introduction to anybody that watched the World Cup finals. He's also the top scorer in this competition with 9 goals in previous rounds, Mario Kempis. Subirats just leaving the throw for Botubot, the left back. This is Arias. That's Botubot. Right-footed player, although he plays on the left. Looks for Pablo. Valencia have scored more goals than Arsenal on the way to this final, but they've also conceded rather more. That's Kempis. Lovely skill with his left foot. Tried to find Sauer, and Graham Rix was back covering. Sauer in turn challenging him. That's Karate following up. And Karate left his foot there a little bit. You could see the reaction of Sammy Nelson. Now, Karate was first in with the foot there, and I think the referee may feel he's overreacting to the alleged retaliation, because these Spaniards are regarded, as Don Howe was saying to me before the match, as very good actors. Anyway, Karate's down on the floor, and the referee wants the throw-in taken by Bonoff. Solsona. Free kick given against Brady. So Valencia temporarily have got 10 players on the field. Bonoff to take the kick. In the way was Rix. Brady. Rix. Looking for Sunderland and Stapleton. The man cutting it out was Arias. Brian Talbot. Rice trying to get forward. That was Botubot. Rice again. Talbot. Young. Stapleton over on the right. Man going across to take the throw there is Subirats, the number 10. Plays midfield. Arias looks for Kempis, offside there. Free kick to Arsenal. Just a quick word on the way it started, Bob.
Well, once again, Arsenal have started quite well, quite good possession from them. The only danger is, as we know, that Valencia are a side who often absorb pressure and then suddenly turn it on for spells.
Mistake by Willie Young was picked up there in the middle of the field by Solsona, whose pass hit Young, who then cleared it. Karate, the number 2, that's Kempis in your picture, but Karate, the number 2, appears to be all right after appearing mortally wounded for a few seconds. That's Solsona on to Bonoff. Linesman flags for a free kick in Bonoff's favour. Driven low, bit of a deflection there, and Pat Rice got the ball away from Pablo at the last. First shot coming in from Solsona. Well, Pat Jennings having no difficulty at all with that. The Spaniards are reputed to have 1 or 2 players apart from Bonoff who can drive them from long distances. Arias goes up with Sunderland. That was Botubot. This is Nelson. Brady. On the right, Pat Rice. Sauer trying to get back to cover him. And in the way also there was Subirats. Solsona. Quick, neat player in the number 6 shirt, looking for Rainer Bonhoff. Botubot. Was a tackle by Sunderland. Bonhoff tends to take the throw-ins and the free kicks. Oh, he's found Kempis! Good save by Pat Jennings. And Arsenal caught out at the throw-in, and Kempis given the kind of space from which he scored so many goals, and denied then only by the Arsenal goalkeeper. The first clear chance of the match falling to Valencia. Sarah's gone across to take the corner. Away by Nelson. So the Bonhoff-Kempis combination already making itself felt. Kempis picked out from the throw-in and not terribly well marked. Pablo. Tackled by Rice. Here's Brady, moving across to the right. Stapleton. Oh, that's well played by Stapleton, and a pity that Brady couldn't have controlled it. Here's Solsona. Carrete, the man who went down early on. Arias. Botubot on the far side. Kempis. Botubot's continued his run. Kempis finds Rainer Bonhoff. Solsona. And finally Brady. Surviving the untidy tackle from behind. Arsenal have got 3 men pushed well forward, apart from Nelson. Here's Brady again. On the far post is Stapleton. Finds O'Leary. Was Price shoved? Apparently not. Ball was too high, really, and this is Bonhoff to Solsona. Interesting how many touches Bonhoff has had already. Arias taking the chance to get forward. Looks for Pablo. They'll try and use his pace if they can. Botubot across. Willie Young has gone forward now into the Valencia penalty area. This is Liam Brady. In the way, Kempis. Oh, Brady took it back. 3 in the centre for the cross. Botubot in the way. Brady again. Ricks. Carrete is the defender. And Carrete pushes Ricks. And that's twice Carrete, the number 2, has been involved in incidents. Arias is remonstrating with Ricks as well, and the referee has told Carrete to take a throw-in and get on with the game. Tendillo. Solsona. That's Pablo on the run. Foul. Spaniards are getting their marking sorted out while you're watching Nelson take the kick. There's a man on Sunderland here and one on Stapleton there, but they've beaten them. Sunderland again. Foul by Tendillo, the young centre-half. Good position then here for Arsenal. Played back for Ricks to shoot. It hit his own player, Stapleton. Talbot turns it back to Nelson. Stapleton well forward. Price is there. It's Talbot! Strikes the defender. It's still free, though. O'Leary. Stapleton's up! Oh, and taken out by the defender. Correte on the line. David Price is injured in an earlier incident, but Stapleton was so close, and you'll see how close from this. Correte, the fullback, saved his goalkeeper. So Liam Brady starts things off again, just in front of the Arsenal back four. And he finds Stapleton. Corner of Tendilio. Less than a minute to go of normal time in the first half. Arsenal's corner. Here comes Willie Young. Well, unorthodox, but quite effective from Pereira. Back by Rice, then Young, now Brady. Ricks. Whistle's gone. And the linesman has come onto the pitch, thinking that it's half-time. I'm not so sure that the referee had blown for half-time. But the players coming off anyway, with no score after 45 minutes of this European Cup Winners' Cup final. Valencia in all white, playing now from right to left, and Arsenal gave their supporters a wave as they came out for the second half, and the terrace away to our right was suddenly a mass of red and yellow flags. The referee, Christoph from Czechoslovakia, just checking his watch, and Valencia get the second half underway, the ball with Correte. That was Sammy Nelson's header to Brady, and now it's Ricks. Stapleton. And Ricks again. Header away by Arias. Brady. This is Stapleton. The defender is Tendilio, the teenager. Solsona now for Valencia. Pablo Kempis against O'Leary. Good play by O'Leary. It's a supreme test for him, this, marking Kempis. A match in which he dearly would love to do well, and he's doing so under the handicap still of that lingering injury. This is Brady. That's a nice play by Arsenal. Talbot getting forward again. Sunderland. Stapleton and Price in the centre. Rainer Bonhoff getting a foot in there. It was a telling tackle too. But that was a good piece of chasing back as well, and typical really of Brian Talbot that he should be so energetic in what for him, as well as Arsenal, is the 68th match of the season. He's played in every one, the number 4. The only Arsenal player who has. Here's Brady. There's Ricks. It's Price over on the far side, but the ball is out, and a chance for Bob Wilson to make his first comment of the second half.
Well, the first comment really takes up the points made at half-time, that one thing perhaps the television screens don't show is the amount of players Arsenal did push forward in that last 30 minutes of the first half. Most of the time, when they were going forward, there was either one central defender and one full-back only. The rest of the players were in the Valencia half, and that's the way it started now.
Tendilio. Rice. That's Sunderland. Botubot was the first defender, Arias was the second. Arsenal beginning to make a little bit of headway on this right-hand side in the last 2 attacks. As you can see, it's an expansive stadium, this. Very nicely designed. Just in front of the team benches there. A throw into Arsenal taken by Rice. Kempis back in his own half. And he gets the free kick. Di Stefano again barking out his instructions. But with 14 minutes gone in the second half here in Brussels, there's still no score in the Cup Winners' Cup final of 1980. Price for Arsenal. Ricks. Stapleton started a run and he got a yard on his defender there. Tendilio it is, trying to tangle with him and succeeding. Carete. Pablo. Carete. Solsona. But a good piece of chasing back by David Price. Here's Brady. Oh, Nelson giving it away to Saura. Carete. Bonoff is up. But it was Ricks who got back, and that was a superb intervention by Ricks. And a lovely break by him too. Played it early, just a little too hurriedly perhaps at the end. One of the best pieces of individual skill we've seen initially there by Ricks. He won the ball and then here he is again doing the same. He's found Stapleton this time. Can he find Price? He can. Price shoots. Well, I think Arsenal deserved the shot on goal after the work Ricks had done, and David Price volleyed it with his right foot. And as Pereira went across his line, the ball dropping the wrong side of the post for Arsenal. That came in the 16th minute of the second half. And again, Don Howe trying to get the message across as Kempis gets the ball for a Valencia side who now seem to have their tails up again. There was a period of Arsenal pressure and now Valencia getting back on top. This is Saura. Little Pablo. Arias coming forward. Solsona. Bonoff's made the run, he's offside. Been a long season for coaches as well as for players, but Don Howe still finding the ambition to motivate and try and put things right. Here's Brady. Brady shot! Oh, he saved it! Pereira turning it round. And Brady there went inside his man, and it was on his left foot as he picked up pace, and Pereira came to his left to make the save. Arsenal hopes were high then with Brady. Willie Young was up, but so was Bonoff. Saura on the break. Brady doing some defending there. This is Nelson. Arsenal still with players forward in abundance. Stapleton jumps. And as he does so, there's some pushing. 21 minutes gone in the second half. And still no score in this European Cup Winners' Cup final. With the prospect of extra time growing, of course, as the second half wears on. O'Leary. Pablo. Bonoff was square of him then, but Pablo went the other way to Solsona. Now Subirats. And now Saura. Brady for Arsenal. Again, 4 players ahead of him. There are 5 now. That's for Ricks, but it's just overhit, and Arias gets in. Saura. Bonoff, he won't reach that. Neither side have used either of their 2 permitted substitutes, but with the possibility of extra time, there won't be any rash substitutions. Here's Young. Turned on by Price as Stapleton in turn tried to turn Tendilio. And now it's Valencia's turn to break. Pablo. Solsona. Bonoff. Subirats. making the break on this side, Tendilio. But Subirats has found Saura. Now Tendilio. And a poor cross too from the centre-back who'd come forward. Made life easy for Arsenal and for Jennings. Sunderland. Stapleton. Talbot. Rice. Sunderland. Talbot's in the penalty area again. Sunderland's cross. Oh, and the goalkeeper didn't hold that first time, but there was no Arsenal player near enough to take advantage. Some more good work on the right, though, by Alan Sunderland there. Sammy Nelson, very composed on the ball, and here's Pat Rice. Brady. Now, which side can finish stronger at the end of this tiring season as Young plays the ball forward for Stapleton. Back heel meant for Rice, but... Oh, and yours too there from Solsona. Beautifully done. Plays the ball down for Bonoff. Bonoff is through here with Kempis just inside him. It's Bonoff gone all the way. And Jennings saves. In true Pat Jennings style, threw himself down and got either the legs or the body in the way. But Rainer Bonoff, a player of his quality, I wonder whether he should have scored. It's easy to say that from here. But he was clean through it, but the angle wasn't good, and Jennings came to narrow it anyway, on the post, on the 6-yard line. He fell, Pat Jennings, and again, it nearly went through his legs, but not quite. And here's Nelson for Arsenal. Sunderland tries to turn his man and gets a free kick, I would have thought, but the referee said no. Pablo, away from Brady. Botubot, Solsona. Pablo's wandered a lot more in the second half. That's him on the ball now. And it's Ricks trying to win it back. Pablo. Bonoff's made his run down the right wing, marked by Brian Talbot. Bonoff. Well, the linesman was closer than anybody else, and with 15 minutes to go in the second half, he gave the decision to Valencia. A few firecrackers still exploding around us from the Spanish fans as their team mount another attack. Pablo de Saura. Still Saura with Nelson on the ground. A real tangle there. And Pat Jennings decides he'll come and claim the ball, and why not? Certainly the best way out of that little mess. And gives Arsenal the chance to draw breath and build up possession again with Talbot. Willie Young has pressed a long way forward in this attack. Here's Stapleton. And Young can stay forward now because Arsenal have got a throw. As Tendilio got his foot in there. Brady. Cut it back for Ricks to shoot. It was going wide and out again. Oh, what a good effort. So close as Young came in at the far post there with Sunderland. That was the nearest Arsenal have been. Graham Ricks fired it with his left foot and it flew across the face of the goal. And as Sunderland came in, it was so close. Don Howe, Terry Neal and Wilf Dixon, whose side summon more strength still. Brady. Brady to Price. Price's shot going away all the time. Do you fancy either side to settle it now, Bob, in the last 3 or 4 minutes, or extra time?
Well, I wish one side would settle it, John, but I don't think they're going to now, really. I think it's going to go into extra time. And, well, I hope it's settled then, because I think it would be dreadful if it's going to go to penalties.
Well, that's the possibility. But Sunderland, looking for a possibility on the left, had no chance with the ball running out of play. Some Chelsea fans may recall that their side in the Cup Winners' Cup final in '71 went to a replay with Real Madrid. That was the rule then, but it's since been changed. The match must be finished on the night now in the Cup Winners' Cup. Foul given against Kempis. And here's Ricks. Stapleton's made his run. Brady. Oh, players in the centre waiting for a cross. Sunderland now. Price. Ricks. And Bonoff back there, chesting it down with all the calm arrogance of this player who looks now for Kempis. He's fighting away with O'Leary to try and get the better of him, and O'Leary fights back. It's a really compelling battle that, and O'Leary gets tremendous applause for shaking off Kempis and finding Talbot. And now it's Ricks. And now it's Talbot again. Sunderland. Botchubot beat him, and he's given Valencia the chance of a break with Saura. Kempis is just behind him, but it's still Saura. And now it's Solsona. And Bonoff's made a run through now into the inside left position. Saura, though. Saura to Subirats. And on the far side, it's Karate. Karate's cross. Willie Young's header out. Only about a minute of normal time left. Tendilio for Valencia. Pablo. It's nicely done by Pablo. Bonoff, I think, has got a slight injury at the moment. He's certainly taken a breather and is walking back very, very slowly. But it's Valencia coming forward again now. Botchubot. Looks for Kempis, Young in the way. Subirats. Saura. Subirats. And Rick's looking very, very cool, even at this crucial stage, with only seconds remaining in the 90 minutes. Brady gets fouled by Bonoff. And the crowd beginning to settle themselves down, thinking it'll be extra time, but this is Talbot for Arsenal. Talbot for Stapleton. And now for Pat Rice. And now for Liam Brady. And its whistle's gone. Extra time. Resuscitation of all types now. And Arsenal and Valencia go into the extra half hour. Half an hour's extra time first, 15 minutes each way in the Cup Winners' Cup final of 1980. Arsenal in the yellow shirts against Valencia in all white. Ricks for Arsenal. Stapleton. Kick towards Kempis. Shoved by O'Leary, says the referee. Free kick to Valencia. Pat Rice was spoken to for kicking the ball away there. Now, what will Bonoff engineer from this free kick? Solsona. Solsona's shot! Good effort by this industrious midfield player. So, a free kick to Valencia in the first period of extra time with no score.
Nelson still looking very cool at left back. That's Sunderland. Then Ricks. Now then, can he... just too far ahead of Brady because Arias was there. Brady pushed well forward in that attack. And here's Arias again. Bonoff is waving his colleagues forward, saying, let's really have a go at it now. It's very late in the day to do anything else but push players up and hope that one side can settle it. Here's Pablo. Here's Bonoff. Nobody would really want penalties, surely, although Bonoff will have memories of the European Championship final, 76, when Czechoslovakia beat West Germany on penalties. O'Leary's slip. Kempis. Bonoff. Kempis. What a scramble. Kempis, in the end, was just crowded out. Brady cools things down. Brian Talbot coming forward. Matt Rice also. Alan Sunderland with Botubot, who's been shadowing him all night. Number 3. Still Sunderland, though. Brady. Brady to Ricks. And the header out has found Pablo. Kempis is ahead of him, and Bonoff's joined the attack as well. Here's Kempis. Solsona. Carrete. Carrete's ball in and O'Leary's header out. Halfway through the first period of extra time and still no score. And neither so far have there been any substitutions. That's Carrete, the number 2. Bonoff. Oh, is he given a free kick against Nelson for the foul on Sarri? Yes. Arias and Tendilio have both made their way forward. Kempis drives one, and it was bending but not enough. On the right-hand side of the penalty area, they used Kempis to try and bend them with his left foot round the wall, round the goalkeeper, but on that occasion he was wide. This is Rice. Big Willie Young is up there stretching. Following up is Ricks. On this side is David O'Leary. And Sunderland tries to get in. Stapleton this is. O'Leary. Sunderland, no. No, offside. Offside when the ball was originally played to O'Leary. No goal. David O'Leary in the attack, trying to bend the ball in, but he was offside there when he crossed the ball before Alan Sunderland ran in and finished things off. So has Kempis, of course, as O'Leary's header out, and now Liam Brady. Oh, beautifully done by Brady. Talbot. In the final seconds now, the referee's checked his watch yet again. And he's going to blow any second here, and he has, and it's penalties. You couldn't ask for two greater protagonists with which to start this unique competition. And Pat saved it! Oh, Pat Jennings has saved from Kempis! What a start for Arsenal! He took it with his famous left foot, and Pat knew which way it was going to go. And what a save! Now then, don't lose track of this. Even if Brady scores, it's not over or anything. They have to take 5 in the first instance each. But Brady can give Arsenal a telling lead here if he beats Pereira. So, we've seen one left-footed player fail, What can Brady do with his? Bob Wilson here is himself hardly daring to watch. They're turning away on the Arsenal bench. But don't forget, this is just the beginning of the competition. Brady against Pereira. Oh, and he saved it as well! Goodness me! We're back to square one again. They both missed. Liam Brady went for the goalkeeper's left, and Pereira must have moved. Look, he moved his feet, and surely that should have been retaken, in my view, from here, but you can argue about that yourselves. It's no goal, it's one penalty each taken, and no score. Now then. Solsona then, against Jennings. A goal! Struck with all the venom of a man who knew he was going to score. Daniel Solsona, oh, he hammered that. And Jennings, even then, threw himself to his right, but it flew into the net above him. Frank Stapleton has got to score to level it now at 1-1. This is Arsenal's second kick. What drama here. Stapleton puts it away. So it's 1-1. Stapleton with his right foot. The goalkeeper made another good attempt to save that, actually. So it's 1-1 with 2 kicks each taken and 3 kicks each to go. Unless, of course, it's level and then it's sudden death. Pablo. And Pablo scores to make it 2-1 and put the pressure back on Arsenal. And I think Alan Sunderland. Pablo is a left-footed player, and he beat Pat Jennings down in his right-hand corner. Now, can Alan Sunderland make it 2-2 with Arsenal's third kick? Pereira, the goalkeeper, being told to get back on his line. Sunderland. Goal! Pereira moved again, as a matter of fact, but it's in. I think this goalkeeper's moving all the time from these. Anyway, it's a goal. It's 2-2. And Castellanos has come forward, and it's crucial now. If anybody misses now, it could be fatal. Castellanos is allowed to take it because, as a substitute, he was on the field of play at the time the game ended. Castellanos against Jennings. Oh, it was in on the underside of the bar, I think. I think it actually probably went in off the underside here. Castellanos making it 3-2 to Valencia. And it went in off the underside of the bar. A bit fortunate, maybe, but Brian Talbot's under immense pressure here. After this, there's still 1 each to be taken. Talbot for Arsenal. Oof. Well, it went in. Now then, it's going to be 3-3 with 1 each to take. And Rainer Bonhoff, we see Talbot's penalty going again there. He put it right in the corner, didn't he? Keeper went near it again, though. Rainer Bonhoff comes forward. And I think it may be Johnny Hollins to take it after this for Arsenal, their last kick. But Bonhoff, the scores are level. Bonhoff aims to put Valencia into a 4-3 lead, and there's pandemonium on the touchline. Bonhoff now scores. And Hollins must score to keep Arsenal in the competition. Bonhoff has made it 4-3 to Valencia, and if John Hollins misses, then Arsenal have been beaten. But if he scores, then other players have got to be recruited from the bench to continue the competition in sudden death fashion. John Hollins, after all these years in the game. And Paul Barron, no wonder he looks concerned. And he scored! Well, there's no greater pressure than that. And now we're 4-4, and it's sudden death. In other words, the actual competition is over, but it's square. So now each side will go on taking them until somebody misses. Different players each time still, but of course, even if you miss, the other side must have the chance to put theirs away, and vice versa. It's got to be an equal number taken by each team. And again, the referee explains what's going on, and Bonoff discussing it with the linesman, but as I understand it, Bonoff can't take another one until every other member of the team has taken one, and then it might even go to the goalkeepers, as it once did in the Charity Shield at Wembley pre-season. But those two men each made a great save and then saw themselves beaten by the other 8 kicks. There's a slight delay because other players are being pulled off the bench, and it's got to be decided now who takes the next one for each side. The score on penalties is 4-4, and still they can't settle the destination of the European Cup Winners' Cup. Di Stefano out on the field, and there isn't a calmer man in the stadium, it would appear, than Pat Jennings, and a great piece of gentlemanly sportsmanship between the two goalkeepers. They both know just how much is at stake, and I don't know whether Willie Young's going to take one, because there's a conversation gone on there. And those of you still waiting for the national news, I'm sure will bear with us just for a few more minutes to see a form of European football history being made here. At the end of Arsenal's Titanic season, they've got to decide this on penalties, and Don Howe must be wondering, well, would anybody have thought it would have come to this? Just to remind you that Kempis and Brady each took the first kick, and each had their kick saved. Solsona, Pablo, Castellanos and Bonoff scored for Valencia. Stapleton, Sunderland, Talbot and Hollins scored for Arsenal, and we're into sudden death. And the delay has been caused by the referee checking now on the order that new players will now take penalties. Arias, I think, will be the first Valencia player. They're number 4, and I would then think it might well be Graham Rix. Well, if you feel at home this has been a long season, I shouldn't imagine that you thought we'd ever get into a situation quite of this making. At the end of a European final, it's 4-4 on penalties, and Pat Jennings goes back in goal to face the tall centre-back, Ricardo Arias. This is sudden death now. It's a question of each side taking one until somebody misses with an even number of kicks taken. Arias. Oh, it just went in underneath Pat Jennings, I think. Or perhaps just to one side of him. Just see it again here. Arias hit it with his right foot a little bit nervously, I thought. But as Jennings goes to the right, it does in fact go just by his arm. So, Graham Rix has to score to keep Arsenal alive. If he misses, Valencia win. That's why Arsenal, taking their penalties second, are under greater pressure until Valencia miss another one. Graham Rix, as Paul Barron watches again. There are one or two of them actually who don't really want to watch this. But now Rix. Oh, he saved it! And Valencia have won the Cup Winners' Cup because Graham Rix's penalty was saved by Carlos Pereira. So a delighted Valencia team, led by their captain Henrique Saura, who receives the trophy from Jacques Georges of France, the UEFA Vice President. Valencia are the new holders of the European Cup Winners' Cup,